Hey folks, Orgonite Austin. Obolix. Okay, I hope you looked at the previous video that I had. Please watch it before you continue, because I'm going to share something with you that if you didn't see in the past video, it's not going to be as effective if I tell you right now. So go watch that previous video on the Obolix, and then come back to this. Three, two, one. Okay, now we're back to this. The reason I wanted you to watch that other video first is because I want you to see that in that video, it's mostly observation and identifying of concepts. There's very few of my opinions in there. Most of it is observation and identifying concepts. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube about Obolixes. I would say 95% of them have been, 90% of them have been how to make. 8% have been showing what somebody did. 1% was, or 2% was identifying observations in the sky. Well, here's my second video on Obolix. This one is being produced after my first experiment with the Obolix. And in my opinion, the Obolix works. It works very well. In fact, it's so darn influential in my opinion that I'm really seriously looking into it even more. I don't know if I'm right, but let's find out. How can we prove that the Obolix does not work? If you can find out how to prove that it does not work, then you have the opportunity to either prove or provide evidence that it does work. But let me tell you what I'm going to do, okay? So I've done plenty of experiments with one Obolix. I've had, in my opinion, amazing results. They are results that I did not expect. They are way more influential than I expected. The sky's condition was out of the regular when I was implementing these experiments. So I believe they are trickle charging the sky, the planet environment surroundings, with healthy orgone energy. Trickle charge. As opposed to covering the land with Orgonite, it's like a wham! Whole lot of good energy, and then the hail comes. But the trickle charge effect appears to be having a more consistent, healthy clouds come in, and we're getting mist. Slight itty bits of rain. Which tells me what happens if we make, instead of one of these, 20 of these. Will the light bits of rain increase, and will the clarity of the skies cover the land? Because the only place I have clear skies is within a 3-mile radius, 6-mile diameter of this thing. I have measured that twice. So what I want to do is have one of these every 5 square miles in Austin. I'm going to plant 20 of these around Austin and see if things change like that. My first observation was, after 24 hours of this use, the skies were beautiful. Let's see what happens when we put 20 of them out and check the skies 24 hours later. There's the experiment. Okay. Now, as for the concepts and the science and all that kind of good stuff about how it works, oh boy, it gets deep. Okay. One thing I do want to add. The previous video that I had on Obolix, if you look at it and you notice my lack of opinion or preference, and then you look at just the facts, ask yourself, did that video inspire you to believe in it? Or better yet, did it convince you that it works, okay? If somebody else's words or opinions convince you that it works, one of 3 things is going on. You're not constructively criticizing it and challenging it. Or 2, you prefer to believe. Or 3, you're afraid of it not being real, so you don't challenge it. So if you were convinced that this works out of my previous video, why? Is it because you believe in the science? Is it because you want to believe in the possibilities? Or is it because you believe in me? I know that people do trust my words because they come from me, more so than what the ideas come from. Somebody said to me, they said they might not believe in what you believe in, but they may believe in you. Folks, I appreciate people believing in me, but if you believe something I say without actually questioning and challenging it, you will... I'll do my best to lead you straight, but don't let that be consistent with everybody in life. Because if you believe somebody without challenging them, there is a possibility that they will lead you astray. Not intentionally, but you got to question everything, especially the things that you want to be true, and especially the things you're afraid to look at. So, I am challenging the Obolix with every ounce that I can. Show me how to prove that it does not work. Give me your ideas. Okay, back to wherever I was going. Okay, so let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. All right. If you notice, this is very clear. This one's got a lot of inclusions in it. Okay. Very clear inside of there. Can't see anything. Well, there's some inclusions right there. You see those inclusions? Those are like cracks or fractures. They're not bubbles. They're not extra minerals added in there. But everything else is very clear. Now this one over here. You see all the inclusions in there? See how many cracks are in there? Look, there's a little rainbow. I almost see it. Okay, so you see those two different ones. Now here's the challenge for them. Or here's the idea that brought the challenge. The numerous inclusions in here, the minimal inclusions in there, how does that affect the concept of the Obolix? How does that affect the light as it comes through? What's more influential for the sky, for cleaning the sky? Well, I find most of my answers through muscle testing. So here's what I'll do. I'll say, all right, this one is more influential than that one. Check yes or no. Okay, that's strong. This one is more influential than that one. Check yes or no. That one's a little weaker. Why? Is it because the size? Okay. This one's more influential because of the inclusions. That's pretty strong. This one's more influential than this one because of the lesser amount of inclusions. Okay, that was a little weak. But folks, I've been wrong with my muscle testing before. Okay, so please check this on your own. But here's my theory behind it. Those little inclusions and cracks, when you look into there, you see rainbows with your own eyes. So what's going to happen when you shine sunlight through that inclusion that's already creating rainbows? Is it going to create more rainbows and shoot up more in the sky? Possibly. Why do I think the rainbow is influential? It has to do with coherent light. Alright, light that comes from the sun, well, here's a ray of light, okay? That's one ray of light. But when it comes from the sun, you've got all these rays of lights all over the place. All kinds of different rays of light just scattering in everything, okay? But coherent light is like a laser. All of the light is aligned. Okay? That's coherent light. I believe that this thing, let's make up a word, coherentizes the light that goes through it. My basis for that, I don't know yet. But on the other end of on the other side, it comes out as a rainbow. So there's possibly two things going on in the Obolix. One, it may coherenticize the light, and two, it puts out rainbows. Now, here's my question. Is the isolation of a particular bandwidth of light color what optimizes the Obolix? Is it a single color that comes through the Obolix that works? Or is it the defragmentation of all the rainbow from white light into the rainbow and coherenticizing the light? I don't know. But if we can have a rainbow of lasers going through this thing, it's going to be nothing but coherent light coming out. I theorize that these things coherenticize light. Almost got that one out. Alright, let's try it again. Let's try muscle testing. Okay. Obolixes make sunlight coherent light. Ah, that was strong. I'll take it as a yes. Okay, so there's my theories. Because when you've got that coherent light, it's a lot stronger. It's a lot more influential. Think of a laser, a red laser, then think of a red light. Same thing. One is way stronger. So the light coming out of here, I believe, is coherent light. And I believe, and I know for a fact, coherent light is more influential than non-coherent light. Light bulb, laser. Laser, light bulb. Take it with a grain of quartz, man. That's just my theory. Okay. Next. Okay, so metal alchemy. You've got gold, silver, copper. Well, one morning I came up with the idea of putting platinum before the gold, and then silver, and then copper, because you've got a higher vibration metal and still in line of descending frequencies. I don't even know if that's the right word. And then later that night, somebody on YouTube messaged me. They said, hey, what do you think about wrapping iron around the copper and then wrapping aluminum around the iron? So we are now using every metal possible, starting with the highest frequencies above the quartz and the lowest frequencies outside of the quartz. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if the aluminum is going to take away from it. I feel it does in Orgonite, but this is not Orgonite. So you see what I'm getting at. Instead of a rainbow of colors, we're getting a rainbow of metals. It might supercharge it. I don't know. But I'm going to find out. I'll do some more muscle testing as well as experimenting. So, there's a increase of the metal alchemy part of it. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, so I think the pyramids are going to work better. Here's why. I'm going to put the metals on the bottom of here, so the tops will be exposed to the light. And when light goes in the pyramid, it's going to bounce right back out. As opposed to when light goes in this thing, it goes out that way. So this, I believe, will put more to the sky than this. I found out how to get the most out of a pyramid. The light needs to go in the bottom. But how do you get the sunlight to go in the bottom and then out the top? Pyramid. Let's see. Okay, next. Now, so on the bottom of the pyramid, we're going to put the layer of gold, or actually platinum, gold, silver, metal, and we'll go from there. But metal's going on the bottom. we're going to put it on there. Enough said. Here's an idea. The copper that goes on the bottom, what kind of copper would be best? Would it be a flat sheet? Would it be an SSB coil? Or would it be a regular coil? And if so, which way is the optimal for it to face? I don't know. I'm going to play with it and find out. Just an idea. Okay. Next. Okay. So. When the light shines through this, it goes down, well, some of the light goes down and hits the ground. That ray of light that's going to the ground needs to go up to the sky, because it cleans the sky. So how do you do that? You put a mirror on the bottom. Theoretically, I'd like to have a mirror big enough for all of them to come out. You know, because the rays will come over here, and it's going to miss that. So, one thing it did do is this. So now, the mirror is pushing more of the rays up. And then later on that night, or somewhere, I did this to angle it all, to get as much light into the sky as possible. And as the sun went down, I raised it like this, and it to my perception, the direction that the light was shining became cleaner. First off, the top of the sky directly above was clean, and as I went like this, the horizon was clean. So theoretically, I'd like to have a mirror here, 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 all over the place, surrounding everything. So, if I could have anything in the world, it would be a mirror-lined box like this. So that all the light's pointing ends up going back up. A mirror box. Of course, you see how it's angled so that it goes up. If it was flat or straight up, so this goes, or actually it goes. So that would be my dream container. Well, actually, yeah, I think it would be. The second great idea that I had concave mirror. Get a concave mirror big enough for this. You want to see an example of a concave mirror big enough for this? Now, I don't want to use a concave mirror. What I prefer is this, reason being, the bend in the mirror will defragment and disperse the rays of light. The flat mirror will keep it in one coherent laser. So, I honestly advise avoiding curved mirrors and use straight flat mirrors. Well, okay. Okay. Go to eBay and search transparent clear quartz points or transparent clear quartz pyramid. Search under the buy it now option. Folks, the deals that you're going to find on eBay are far better than anything I've seen anywhere else. And once you find a good deal for quartz, don't buy it. Search, because you're probably going to find better ones. Because I bought like the first 2 good deals I found, kept searching, find more. I was like, oh, I can't believe I bought that. So do your homework on searching eBay for transparent clear quartz pyramids or points. You'll find some really good deals there. And also, when you buy bulk gold leaf, silver leaf, it's really cheap. If you really want to know electromagnetics, at least this is my greatest expansion of mind understanding on it, is the book from Lynn McTaggart called The Field, okay? That book gives you so many different examples of electromagnetic influence that you see the central idea from this angle, 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 and from this angle. So it doesn't matter where you are looking at it, you know what's on the other side. Just because she gives you so many different examples. She doesn't exactly tell you what it is. Maybe she does, and I didn't get it at the time. But that book will expand your mind's ability to comprehend electromagnetics beyond any other source of information I can possibly think of. Golden McTaggart. Oh my goodness. The book, The Field. Okay. I think there's one more thing. Oh, yes. Okay. So, I was drawing a mandala the other day, and this is what it came out to be. Here's planet Earth. Here's something like the sun, but it's not quite the sun. Okay? They're merging. You might be able to see the Pisces bisector in the middle. Over here is before 2012. Right here is 2012. Right here is consciousness. So what is happening in 2012, in my opinion? The merging of 3D and consciousness. That's my opinion of what 2012 is coming up. The emergence of consciousness, or something like that, into our reality. Star Trek used to say space is the final frontier. Some physicists said mind is the final frontier. I honestly think that the next frontier is consciousness. I don't think there will ever be a final frontier. So. Okay. One request. Please videotape some observations with your experience of Obolix. Observations is what I want to see more of. I guarantee you I'm going to show you all of mine. Okay. It's Orgonite Austin. I love you. Bye. I spend more money on this science than I do on my bills. I don't know if it's responsible, but it happens. Obolix tape. It's nothing more than laying down a layer of tape and then a layer of gold, layer of silver, layer of copper, so that you have Obolix tape. I am selling Obolix tape on eBay. I'm also selling Obolixes on eBay. So, eBay, Orgonite Austin, I've got a lot of good stuff to share. Okay, I love you all. See you soon. One more thing to add to this video. Thank you to Lusor, L-U-S-O-R. I can't pronounce the rest of his name, I'm not going to try. Oh, Lusor, Lusor, I thank you. Your discovery, in my opinion, is, God, mind-blowing. Lusor, you are to cleaning the skies as Carl Wells is to the discovery of Orgonite. Thank you. What is it? Project Obolix dot... I don't know. Google Project Obolix. And thank you, Lusor. Thank you.
The Obolix was discovered by Lusor Joculator Basilensis in the summer 2010, as a strange synthesis of all his artworks. The most humble work of all, is the wisdom it carries, whispered the waters, a bridge from heavens to earth, a link even to his memory of himself. It's the defense weapon against heavy smog. We got involved in the Obolix as an atmospherical cleaner, using both Earth's magnetism and the sun or starlight. It transforms in magnetized prismed rays, the 7 colors and qualities of the harmonic law of the universe in action. An invisible tent expands over our atmosphere. Clouds are given liberty back. Heavy metals are removed from the sky. See skies like those in the beginning of the world. Help purify our atmosphere. The tool is easy to make. One man. One village. One Obolix. This technology is a real breakthrough, a great discovery. The cleaning link of the prismed rays in the waters took 30 years of research. It was a path in art, for philosophy and science. Lusor.